which sign, I have no idea, except that I know what happened there. But I was south helping do the evacuation of the 10th AGH. But they eventually got through with the young Captain Brennan leading the way with Bobby as his driver.
Now, was that the heavy section or was that a light section?
They were light section.
Okay.
That was A section.
Yes.
There was A section. B section had the heavy ones, and C section were the light ones again.
Yeah. Did they ever utilise the rail for casualty evacuation?
I don't think so. I never heard of it, and we were never involved with putting anybody onto trains or anything like that.
Now, A section's up there. You were C section, weren't you?
I was C section.
What was C section doing at this time?
Well, we were evacuating.
You were still doing from Malacca into Singapore?
To Singapore.
Right.
That took a few days, as you would appreciate, to move the whole 10th AGH.
Yes.
You didn't do it in 5 minutes.
Now,
so we took them down.
While you were doing these evacuations, did you experience any strafing from...
Oh, Godfather, we got a horrible hiding there. But the Australian troops went into action just up from Kuala Lumpur. But all their instructions were to retreat. And they started to push the Japs back, but they were still overridden with the orders from headquarters, which were still back on Singapore Island.
Yes.
So they had to withdraw, which they didn't want to do, of course.
Did you ever see General Bennett in this time?
No.
Did you see the brigadier?
Nobody. No, we didn't. We were so busy doing the work, and we at Gamas, which was near very close handy, and all the other areas that were not real crash hot. We were strafed, and we were bombed, and machine gunned with Zeros and all the world. We had trucks that we'd pinched and loaded to get stuff out for the 10th AGH, and we just had to hide in the rubber for a while the Jap planes went over and ripped everything apart. No, there weren't very many. We only lost one or two really, because well, we had a little bit of time to get behind rubber trees and hope that the bullets hit the rubber trees, and when the bombs went off, that we were in the right position for the shrap to hit the rubber trees and the rest.
Yes.
We had commandeered other vehicles from the people around Malacca, so that we could fully load up and get the stuff away for the 10th ACH.
Did you ever have your evacuation of casualties interfered by Japanese ground troops?
Well, we saw plenty of Japanese ground troops, and we got out from under the rubber at one stage, just ahead of them. They kept firing the little 25 calibre rifles, and they invariably went overhead, and thank the Lord for that. But we got out, but all the drivers were fabulous. They could drive their tracks, they could drive their ambulances, they could squeeze into any sort of size or shape, and it's surprising how many rubber trees didn't get skittled when they tried to get out. They got out without any damage to the vehicles at all. Unbelievable driving on their part.
Who was your driver?
Cliff Pascoe. Cliff Pascoe was mine, and Cliff, after the war, was the fellow who was involved with the New South Wales Ex-Prisoner of War Association and their holiday home at, not Yamba, somewhere just down the coast. And he looked after that holiday home for years and years and years, and when he died, his son carried on.
Yes.
And I understand that the holiday home was sold a few years back, and the money donated to one of the bigger organisations in the area.
Mm-hmm. Now, when did do you recall roughly the date that you came off the mainland back onto the island?
2 days before the 15th. Oh no. It'd be about, we were in about 2 days before the causeway was blown. And then we went down into St Andrew's Cathedral grounds, where the ambulances were parked and photographs appeared somewhere or other, and a number of books. And the medical orderly side of the MOC, with Captain Brennan, Major Dick, were given the job of making a hospital, developing a hospital where the Adelphi Hotel was, but it had been bombed out and a lot of damage done. And we made ourselves a little nook within the cathedral, so that we had sandbags all around. We could sleep there overnight. We were mortared very heavily. Quite a number were killed in the grounds of the cathedral, and the bombings that came from the air, they lobbed another one down into the Adelphi Hotel and killed quite a number of people. But we, as the 2nd, 3rd MAC, we changed it. We had our drivers there, we had our helpers, and we made this little Adelphi hospital, and we looked after them. It didn't matter who they were. So Chinese, Indians, anybody that was hurt, we looked after them as we would normally if we'd been an AGH.
Yes.
But things were utter bedlam in Singapore at that time.
Yeah.
Only a few days before the
capitulation. Now, can I just take you, and this will have to be hearsay story. What do you know of A sections returned to the island?
Of A section?
Bobby's group.
Bobby's group, yeah. I don't think that they were any, but they were helping us in the Adelphi Hotel. They were there. They were mixed up with us. But what with the